Even at home, you're not safe. Even though you're behind the door, you don't know what could happen. You don't know what could go through that door. Enough is enough! I know that New Village is a safe place for me where I could just press pause to what's going on over there and just live a normal life.
It's the same thing for everybody. Like if whoever needs the help, like they're there for them. Like.
So coming to New Village has been like a second family. I haven't seen my parents in over 4 years now, and I haven't been able to go visit them or anything. I talk to them on the phone, but it's not the same. Just having the extra support from like staff here and like them knowing also my like personal life and knowing everything that I have been through is just very helpful.
Costs here?
Yes.
It does.
And I still have leftover.
And you have leftover money, exactly. It's covering the tuition, which is $6,000 plus any fees.
If we don't have that relationship with them, they're not going to be open to learning. They're not going to trust us enough to say, okay, I will receive this knowledge, this information, this support from this person.
Legally, right? Like, how can you even reduce that?
You can't push unless you have trust. So the community and that foundation has to be established. The relationship has to be established if you're going to try to push students to try something new, to take a risk.
So we can transfer that to mathematics and it look like this. Go to your screen 7. So now it's your chance to write this.
Getting students to be able to realize they can accomplish small tasks for the long run plays a big role in their understanding, because when they go out and speak to mentors or internships, they want to feel empowered that what they know is right and what they can say, and they can back it up.
I knew that networking is important, and I knew that, meeting, talking to the right people gives you opportunities. When I met my mentor, Elaine, it did open me to an opportunity to even learn what is programming. What was great is that I was exposed to it, that I was actually, doing something on the computer.
We were able to give her an environment where she was able to go off campus and explore on her own and gain her independence, learn how to code.
And right now what I'm doing in Mills, I'm learning like the basics of programming. And then actually I went to a meetup in Women in Tech in San Francisco and do a 3-month accelerated programming, which I'm gonna learn like web development.
Most students don't necessarily come to places, they come to people. And so being a mentor of some sorts and being on that team of supporters for them really makes them know that they have somebody in their life to come to.
My first internship in my career was in Hollywood Presbyterian, and they put me in the NICU, and I fell in love with the babies. For senior year, I went to UCLA Medical Center in Santa Monica. I was transporting people around, but I got to see the whole hospital, and I really loved it. And so I took public health as one of my classes, even though I was a biopsychology major.
I didn't have an internship, so I started looking a lot of places. I started calling a lot of places, and I ended up at OLA at a makerspace. I learned a lot of skills like 3D modeling. I learned cutting wood, cutting metals. Last semester I built an RC paramotor. This is the antenna. This is the pulleys.
Although I see them and I'll sit with them and I learn from them and I research with them, I don't really see it till the end of the semester where they present, and I'm like, wow, I always am amazed and blown away by how powerful, how strong they are once they do stand up there.
It's really refreshing that I don't have to go through oh, I'm shy, I can't do this. No, I've done this plenty of times, you could do this. And just having great presentation skills was a great thing that New Village gave to me.
In some ways, I think our girls have already shown just through their resilience and their survival that they're smarter than most of us, right? That they know how to navigate all kinds of systems. And when you see that as a value, you realize, of course they should be trying physics. Of course they should be introduced to engineering. I think our partnership with the California Science Center is really exemplary of us going and finding passionate experts in the field and putting our girls in front of them.
When I heard about the Science Center opportunity, I definitely wanted to do that. That's why I was supposed to be taking chemistry that year, but instead I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take the Science Center. I think that has just changed my whole high school experience in a way, because I feel like if I wouldn't have taken that class, I wouldn't have been encouraged to take other astronomy classes like at LECC, and I wouldn't have found my passion for astronomy so quickly.
The first units on light, what are we doing? We're looking at diffraction gratings. We're seeing these beautiful rainbows. That's the spectroscopy part. So this is the guiding the light to where you want it part. And then there's once I've got it where I want it, I can analyze it. We do things with light. We study how it behaves. Then you give the kids an opportunity to see how something like that applies to something they might find very interesting to do. For example, the field of optometry and optics. I mean, these are really, they're exciting fields. And all of the basic physics of that is the thing that we're covering here in our classroom.
The hands-on part of it is really important in my opinion, because we're not just sitting there and just writing the whole time. We're actually like doing activities.
We know that because of diamond, it's going to curve. So it curves here. So here, from this point here, it's actually refracting. I jump in and I try to clarify certain things in a very simple way. And if they don't understand that, then I show it to them with examples.
I think it's a really great program, and especially since they're always there keeping on track to see if you get it or not. And if you don't get it, you just ask and they will reteach it to you. So, and especially the experiments, I think the experiments are really good, because for biology, we got to dissect the pig, which I've never done that, and that's like a whole new experience for me.
Dr. Ken has been someone who I see as like a mentor. I can go to him. I've asked him questions for my project. I definitely see him as someone who has inspired me to continue in STEM. He has introduced me to like Devin, who is an astrophysicist, and she's a woman, and that has inspired me.
To have something like physics or space science and engineering on one's transcript will allow colleges to see that they've extended their education and challenged themselves even more. They're looking for not just women of color, but women of color who are interested in some sort of science, engineering, or math.
I never believed I could go to college. I never even thought I was going to graduate high school. We went on the Orcas Island trip and we went to Washington University. I believed in myself in that moment, and in that moment, like, something clicked in my head and I was like, I can do this. I am going to go to college. I am going to be whoever I want to be.
Because of that trip, I knew that I needed a better future for myself. And just being able to just go up there and just breathe in fresh air and just be able to just let your mind go for that week, like, it just impacted my life in so many ways.
Transcendental meditation for me is just something like I need. And so like there's points where like sometimes I don't even feel like doing it, but like I know it's like a necessity for me. So like every time that I have it, like even if it's like 12 a.m. in the morning when I'm doing a paper, like I'll just sit and do meditation or even just try to breathe.
At times I'm like, yes, I am ready, because I feel like I'm prepared. I prepare myself for so many things, and I feel like it's just another step that I'm going to be taking towards my future.
If you don't go to school, you're not going to have opportunities. You know, I've worked myself 2 jobs so I could save up money for school. So, you know, that's what keeps me motivated, because I want to live a better life.
It hasn't hit me until now. Because I came here because I wanted to graduate. I wanted to go to college. And now it's coming true.